there are plenty of services to streamline the investing. And as we can see on this slide, we already can see the big names that already joined the game, and some of them have been in the game for a long time, like Fidelity, like CME Group, like ICE, and so on. Moving on to this slide, you can see that not only the infrastructure, but the combination of the infrastructure and the regulators are showing us that it's a great time because the market is becoming mature. For example, the Hong Kong's regulator approved a Bitcoin fund. Most of China's biggest banks are already using blockchain. And the list goes on and on. Corporates are betting on the sector, as everybody already know. Libra, JP Morgan, Visa, and it just grows more and more as time passes by. So if we were worried about governments banning crypto, as we've seen the talks in Russia, China, and other places, we don't really need to be afraid of that anymore. And we can see that there are announcements that digital assets are set to become a multi-trillion-dollar industry in the next few years. And again, back to the regulators, we can see that even the SEC in the United States is being warmed up for blockchain and cryptocurrency. Now, I would like to state the following, which is very, very important. No one can predict the future, and every single prediction by any so-called expert out there is nothing but a guess. If somebody says otherwise, it means that they are scammers. No one can guarantee profits. If someone claims they can, they are scammers, period. Never invest more than you can afford to lose, and never invest in anything that you don't understand. Beside all of that, I will say that this presentation is not financial advice. I am preaching and telling you that it's a great time to start investing, but I'm not giving you any financial advice, and I'm telling you this out of my own personal experience. Now, having said all of that and talking about all the positive sides of crypto investments, let's remember that we have so many scams out there, and it's not only the ICO scams that everybody heard about, it's also the scammy exchanges. As you can see, this is a short list of scammy exchanges that Cointelligence called out. And the reason that I'm showing it is because a lot of people are losing their funds on crypto exchanges. And it includes also different funds that lost their funds on crypto exchanges. So you need to be aware of that. The industry is not ready yet with regards to regulation and security. It is building up, it is improving, but it's not there yet. Now, I would like to get back to the positive sides and say that I am saying that the big opportunity is here and now, because you can see the comparison between crypto assets to traditional assets. And as you can see on the right, it shows very clearly that the expected return versus risk levels for various asset classes is much better with crypto assets. Over here, you can see a slide that is provided to us by Nickel Digital, which is a real a fund that is live and has been investing and trading for a while now. And on this slide, what I would like to emphasize the most is the part that with your portfolio, if you can see on the first column, this is your portfolio without crypto. But on the second column, you see what happens when you invest 1% of your portfolio and you invest that into Bitcoin through a fund. On the third column, you can see 3%, and look at the statistics. it's amazing to see what happens with the total return, with the annualized risk, with the Sharpe ratio. And for professional investors, these numbers are amazing. The second example that I would like to show is Silver Castle Fund. As you can see, since its inception, it has growth of more than 1,000%. Moving on to the next slide, YRD Capital, as you can see, in 2019, they had a yearly return of 22%, 2018, 65%, and so on and so on. And another example is Fasanara Capital Fund. As you can see, they have great statistics as well. Now, to finish off my presentation, I would like to say that obviously you have funds that are losing money, shut down in recent times. So don't think that if I'm showing you a few successful funds, it means that all of the crypto funds are successful. No, many of them are scams. Many of them are not professional. Many of them will bullshit you or bullshit themselves about their statistics. And I implore you to really, really do good research. And if you're not capable of doing proper research, don't rely on yourself and get the help that you might need. You don't want to lose your life savings because of the FOMO or because of the big promises. Now, I told you at the beginning of this presentation that I'm going to connect this to DeFi, and I will. The reason that I am connecting it is because some of the most serious crypto funds are heavily investing in DeFi these days, especially a few months before the big, I call it the big pump that we see now, which I'm smiling, but it's not a positive thing in my opinion. And you need to realize that right now we've seen the huge increase in the price of Ethereum. And one of the reasons that we suspect we have that increase is because of the DeFi big buzz. And there is a huge buzz going around DeFi these days, and it pumps up the prices. So the first thing that I want to tell you is that you need to be super, super careful and don't get dragged into the FOMO situation that is happening, because that's a situation that we have right now in the industry. But the second thing that I wanted to tell you, which is much more important and relates to the data that we've seen, is that a lot of the crypto funds right now are actually using the situation of the volatility of the different tokens and coins. And by the way, some of the data that I presented to you was based on that during 2018 and during 2019, for example. And from what I've discovered when I talked to the different funds for the last 2 months, it's very clear to me that they are going to be using the volatility that we have now with the DeFi buzz and the different ups and downs that we see with the tokens and coins. And the reason that I'm emphasizing that part, and I'm going back to what I said before at the beginning, and I started by saying, or asking a question, why is it a good time now to start investing, is because we have that situation of volatility, and I suspect that the funds will be using it with regards to the DeFi projects. And the reason that I'm emphasizing it is because, for example, if you compare that to being a hodler and you buy crypto and you hold it for a while, even for years to come, the funds, in some cases, they don't care about holding the tokens or holding the coins. They only care about making money, which means using the situation, and they are already using it right now. I'm happy to take questions if anyone would like to ask anything. Let me see if we have any questions at all. Nope, I see that we don't have any questions. I hope that the reason is because the presentation was clear enough. I'm gonna share my details again, just in case one of you would like to contact and on any social media platform, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. I am very happy to help and advise. Usually I don't ask for any payment to advise, especially if it doesn't require any type of work on my part. And feel free to contact. I'm just going to magnify it for you. And I will be available and I will be at the event for the next 2-3 hours. So feel free to send me a private message if you would like to discuss anything or talk about anything. Thank you very much for listening today. Bye-bye.